They are refusing to leave Easter Road Stadium, and who can blame them? They suffered the indignation of the 5-1 demolition derby defeat back in May to their rivals, and this was a chance for the Hibernian supporters and the players to get instant revenge. Neither side could find a way through in the first half, and the breakthrough eventually came in the second half. Slight deflection, well, a big deflection. David Wotherspoon's ball hit off Zaliukas, but it counted. Let's hear from the goal scorer and Paul Hanlon there with Charles Patterson. David, in your 10th Edinburgh derby, you finally won. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. Finally breaking the duck. I mean, even in the youth squad, I was still not beating them, and it's just fantastic, especially after last year in the cup final. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It was a frenetic game. It was a scrappy game. And it was a scrappy goal. Did you mean it when you shot? Was it a shot or was it a cross?
It was a shot. I mean, I'd crossed every ball, I think, every time. So, I mean, it just bounced up nicely, and I thought I'd hit a shot and it took a deflection and went in, so delighted.
Paul, as David said, does this make up for May? Does this redemption for the cup final?
May was bitterly disappointing for everyone involved with the club. Just delighted with the way we started the season this year, and to progress in the cup again this year is brilliant. What
has been the change this season at Hibs?
Just everyone's working hard to each other. Good, honest bunch of boys in the change room, and we're working hard every week. And when you work hard, that's a bit of luck that you get.
And you've broken the jinx over your city rivals. You're now top dogs in Edinburgh.
Yeah, it's a great feeling to beat them. It's been a long time coming. It was my first derby last time we won at Tynecastle, so it's been a while coming, but just delighted it's happened today.
Well, David, you're the man of the match today, Paul. If you could do the honours. Well done, chaps.
Cheers. Well done. Thanks.
Well done to the captain and to the goal scorer. Hibernian have won the Edinburgh derby, and it's been 3.5 years since anybody said that. Michael Stewart and Kenny Miller with us here. Michael, did Hibernian deserve that?
Well, I think if it was down to the suffering that they've had in the last few years, then if that counted for anything, then definitely they deserved it. But it was a scrappy game in the second half, and there wasn't a great deal between the teams. And we were just saying in the studio here while the second half was going on that it was going to have to take a bit of magic or a mistake for somebody, and unfortunately for Marius Zaliukas, it's a deflection off of him, and Hibs go through to the next round.
Was it a war of attrition today, or was it a case of Hibernian's nerve finally holding out in a derby?
Well, obviously they've held on today and they've got the win, but I think you find that when things are going well for you, like they are for Hibs going very well this season, sometimes you get the little breaks. Obviously for Hearts it's on the other side of that coin. Things are not going too great for them, and this went against them today. But like Mikey says, there was not a lot in the game between the two teams. Hearts definitely the better team in the first half. Second half very scrappy, and like we said, Hibs got the little break and won the game.
Has there been a power shift in Edinburgh football?
Well, if you're going on the evidence of this year, then obviously it's clear that Hibs have got the upper hand. But over the piece, I'm sure that the Hearts supporters will argue that there hasn't been a power shift. But in the evidence at the moment, Hibs are definitely in a better position than Hearts are. Whether that's just something that's going to be changing again back to Hearts in the near future, or whether it's going to be a bit more of a sustained thing, you don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Hearts haven't scored in 4 out of their last 5 games, Kenny. Why?
Well, I've actually not seen too much of them, but today, you see, I think the miss Novakovas going off at half time. I think he was their main supplier. He had a few shots. He's put in 3 or 4 great balls in the first half. Again, speaking to Michael and also Neil in the studio here, that maybe their lack of a true striker is obviously playing its part in that. I mean, I thought the big lad Patterson done well today. He ran his heart out. He gave everything he's got. But if is he a striker? Is he not a striker? Well, the thing on today, he works the channels. He can maybe have done a little bit of help up front there today, and maybe Sutton coming on a little bit earlier might have helped him out. But if you're not creating chances, which in the second half today then you're not going to score goals.
Now, can I invite you both to act as the questionable goals panel and tell us, was it an own goal by Zaliukas, or do we give the credit to David Wotherspoon?
Well, I think Kenny's going for his Wotherspoon's goal. I think
definitely for me, yeah.
I think we've only had the chance to see it, in
is this
real
on
time.
Target? If the shot is on target,
I think it was going wide, so I would have to give it to Zaliukas.
I think it might bend back and be going on target, so I would definitely give it to Wotherspoon.
He gets a fortunate break off the full-back there, and as he said in his interview, though, it's bobbled up, and he's decided to hit the shot after crossing everything. And if you don't shoot, you're not going to score. And as Kenny was saying also, that When you have the momentum with you, it tends to have a slice of luck going your way, and that's what's happening for Hibs at this present moment.
I think it'd be harsh to take that off Wetherspoon.
There's the Strikers Union for you, Michael. I tell you, Pat Fenlon will not be caring.
Pat, it's been 3.5 years since Hibernian won an Edinburgh derby. How important is this win today?
Yeah, it's a good win. It wasn't a great game. But look, in cup football, you take what's going, and we showed great character again today. Like I said, there wasn't loads of football played in the game, but I'm delighted for the supporters today. I think they're the people that deserve today. They can go away with their heads held high now. They've been down the doldrums a little bit for too long, to be honest, and that one's for them, I suppose.
Is this redemption in some way for what happened in May in the cup final?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's anything got to do with it. It's about rebuilding this club and getting us back to where we should be. We're making small steps to that, and today helps.
When David Weatherspoon's goal went in, I think you jumped about 6 feet in the air. Were you worried it was going to go to a replay and you maybe had lost the advantage of playing at Easter Road?
Yeah, I think when you get to that stage, both teams probably get a little bit cagey, and in fairness, probably Hearts were pushing on at that stage more than we were. But delighted to see it go in. As he's been great for us all season, and I think it took a deflection. I didn't really see it. It was probably in the air before it went in. But no, I'm delighted for the players as well.
The fans will believe that this might be now Hibs' year. The fact you've knocked the holders out and your City rivals in the first game, is it important to keep your feet on the ground?
Yeah, very much so. We've had a good result today. Nothing more than that. We've got a massive game next week again up in Inverness, so we have to keep the momentum going. That's the important thing. But we have to take real self-belief out today. And like I said, it's small steps of building this club back up, and that's what we're doing.
Pat, very well done today.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Pat Fenlon there. He was honest enough to say that they haven't got redemption yet. I mean, I think there's almost a feeling of eternal damnation because of the nature of the cup final result. If they go on and win this, the first Hibernian team to win it after 110 years of hurt, well, only then can they get redemption.
Well, I think today was one game. I think, like Pat said, it's small steps that the club are making. It was a very poor result and a poor performance in May in the cup final, and it was a little bit embarrassing. It must have been embarrassing for them. But today, they've maybe put a little bit kind of respect back into the team. They've beat, like you say, they've beat their City rivals. It's a Scottish Cup. They've not won it for a long time. It's a small step, hopefully, to go for them maybe to go and lift that again this year. Has
there been an attitudinal problem here with derbies and even in the Scottish Cup that this win here today might just help?
Well, it's the first step. They had to get past it. If they're going to win it, they have to get past Hearts today, and they've done that. I'm sure there's another 4 or 5 games to come. It could be another 4 or 5 very tough ones, just like today. But like we said, we've got past the first round against our rivals, put a little bit of that heart behind them now, and they can look forward now.
Sore day for John McGlynn. He's with Charles Pattison.
John, do you think you could have deserved a little bit more from that today?
I didn't think we deserved to lose a game, that's for sure. I thought we had the better of the first half, we had the early opportunities. Williams had a couple of really good saves, and the second half, the longer it went, it was looking like it had 0-0 written all over it. I think we were all in control. I don't think neither goalkeeper had much to do in the second half, and then it's a bit fortuitous. The strike for the goal takes a massive deflection, and I think it's gutted for the players who have put an awful lot into the game, but once again, getting hung out of it.
You lost Arvydas Novakovas at half-time. He'd been probably your most dangerous player up until then. How much did that hurt you? Yeah,
well, he put in a lot of good crosses in the first half, especially early in the game, and that was one of our main tactics. But bringing on Andrew Driver, it's a similar type of player. He's going to get at Alan Maybury and try and get the ball in the box. We never quite got as many balls in the box as we hoped for, or got anyone on the end of them. So that's disappointing. Yeah.
We spoke about it before the game. How big a problem is goal scoring here?
Yeah, it obviously is. We could do with strengthening that area. That's I think that's been the case since August. But it's such as the financial circumstances of the football club that we couldn't bring anyone in. So that is an area where we need to strengthen.
Now that you're out the cup, what's the priority for the rest of the season? Because plenty has happened off the park as well as on it.
Yeah, well, obviously the fight to make sure that we survive the sort of financial situation that we're in has to be the priority. We've got the semi-final League Cup to look forward to at the end of January against Inverness. We've come back here, and we're bringing through young players and developing young players, and so we need that to continue, and we need to start climbing the table in the league.
John, thanks very much.
Okay, cheers.
1-0 defeat for Hearts, but it must have felt like 7 really after the cup final. Now more reaction from here at Easter Road.